welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am doing a bit of a week-long vlog. I don't actually know yet if it's gonna be the entire week or just like a couple of days, but a vlog type video is what's going on today. As you can see right now, I am obviously driving and I am actually on the way to a haircut appointment because my hair has gotten pretty long. And by pretty long, obviously, I know that there are plenty of people with significantly longer hair than I have right now, but I do prefer to keep it a bit shorter. So I am actually going right now to get my hair cut. I'm thinking kind of like shoulder length, maybe a little bit longer, but definitely a couple of inches. I've been meaning to do this for a while, especially because it's starting to get warmer again, and having longer hair is a bit more of a hassle in the warmer months. I'm actually getting pretty close to the place as we speak, so I think I will update you either directly after I get my hair cut when I'm back in the car, or maybe I'll wait until I get home because I actually have something that I wanted to share with you once I got home. But either way, I will see you in just a second. All right, so I am now home, and yes, I do purposely have the hair behind my back so it's more of a reveal. But without further ado, this is the haircut. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love having my hair short, and I always forget that. Whenever I let it grow out, I'm like, oh, I kind of like it long. Like, it's fun. It's like easier to style, but I love having my hair short. So I am very glad that I went with, I think the like stylist said it was like about 4 or 5 inches. So glad that I did. Anyways, the thing that I was talking about in the car earlier, the little surprise that I had, was actually just the fact that my friend has gifted me a couple of books. And by a couple, I do mean quite a few. She's more into collecting like special editions of books. So she has been trying to get rid of a bunch of just regular books she has, or books she didn't particularly love, or just like books that aren't exactly what she wants on her shelves. So she offered to give me any amount of books for free. So I ended up getting 9 books for free, which is absolutely insane. And some of these have been like on my, not necessarily even TBR, because you wouldn't find them on my Goodreads, but I've like known about these books for a really long time and just have never gotten around to buying them and reading them or whatnot. So I'm very excited that I got some of these for free, because that's amazing. In this economy, perfect. But here is the stack. Isn't that insane? Like, that's absolutely crazy. So as you could kind of probably see on that stack, the first 2 books I got were the Six of Crows duology. Very excited for this. I've heard so many great things about this series. Well, duology, because that's what it's called. But I've heard so much great stuff about Six of Crows. I never really hear anyone talking about the second book though. So I'm a little scared for that, but I'm sure it'll be great. Next up, we have a book called A Little Life. If I'm being completely honest, I think I read the back of this book once, like last year. And it sounds relatively interesting, and I've seen the cover enough to know that a lot of people have read this book. I just don't really remember what it's about, but when I get around to reading it, I will find out, I guess. Ooh, this is another book that I just never got around to actually reading, partially because I think people have said it's sad, and I don't love sad books, but since I was gonna get it for free, I figured, why not? And that is The Song of Achilles. Again, don't really know much about this book. I'm assuming it is something to do with the Greek gods since it's Achilles. Next up, we have, I think the first book in a series, The King of Wrath, by the same author that wrote the Twisted series. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the Twisted series. Like, I honestly don't hate it. I don't think it's like the greatest series of all time by any means, but I didn't hate it as much as some people on the internet do. So I feel like I can give this author another chance. And from what I understand, this series is a lot more well written and has better characters than the Twisted series. So I will be the judge of that. Next up, we have Magnolia Parks. I have not seen, I think, this specific like cover. I feel like I've seen a different cover of it. If I find it, I'll put it like right here. This is normally what I think of when I hear this title, but nonetheless, the title was familiar to me, so I was like, yeah, I'll take that one. Thank you. Next up, we have a book about a real-life serial killer, Ted Bundy. I don't really know much about this book specifically. Know vaguely about Ted Bundy, obviously. I feel like most Americans do. It just kind of interested me. So yeah, I have it now. These last two books I actually hadn't even heard of before, but the covers intrigued me, and when I looked them up on Goodreads, I was vaguely interested. So I was like, sure, why not? Free books. This one is called An Anonymous Girl. I read this one and was immediately like, ooh, that is intriguing. And I feel like this is gonna have a lot of really good plot twists in it. At least I hope it is. My friend rated it pretty high on Goodreads, so I'd say it's a safe bet. And the last one is The Last Flight. This one was also rated pretty high by my friend on Goodreads. So again, feel like it's gonna be pretty good. And that is all of the books that I just got today for free. So I think this is my biggest flex of the week, honestly. Like, this is a little insane. But yeah, I think now for the rest of the night, I'm just gonna be hanging out with my parents, you know, maybe watching some TV, not really doing much. Tomorrow though, and I'm saying this to the camera so that I can't just pretend like it didn't happen, even though I could just cut it out, but I won't. Tomorrow, I am going to do some chores when I get home from work. I am, because I need to do them, because I didn't do them over the weekend. That's usually when I do them. And it needs to get done. So I am saying it on camera, saying that tomorrow I will record myself doing chores. And hopefully that will hold me accountable. But I guess you will see in a couple of seconds, and I will see in about 24 hours. So I'll see you then. All right, so it is now the next day, and funny story. I had totally planned to come home from work today after I got off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and do my chores and get everything done, put away my clothes, all of that stuff before, I have this little thing going on tonight. So tonight I am going to go hang out with a friend and a couple of her friends that I'm going to be meeting for the first time ever, which is kind of nerve-wracking, but I'm excited. And we're gonna be watching a movie together. I'm actually gonna head out in like 10-ish minutes, but funny story is that I ended up not doing any of the chores that I was planning on doing. And I really did intend on doing them. I really did. I wanted to get everything done today, so I just didn't have to worry about it. I wanted to get everything done before I went out tonight, but I came home and I got distracted by my phone. I then remembered that I wanted to shower before going. And when I got out of the shower, I had gotten a text from my friend telling me that they had kind of moved everything forward 30 minutes. So I now had even less time to get anything done. And so I did not do any of my chores. I did not put any of my clothes away. I did not do literally anything that I was wanting to do after work today, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. It is what it is. I am now just going to push it off until tomorrow because I do work, but I don't work until noon. So I'm thinking I will wake up pretty early, not as early as I normally do, but early-ish, and get everything done in the morning before I go in for my shift. I could choose to get like really upset with myself right now, but instead of that, which I feel isn't super productive or positive, I'm going to just let myself have this loss, let myself kind of, I literally just had the word. I forget. But instead of beating myself up over it, basically, I'm going to just move on and give myself grace. That's the phrase I was looking for. And just do what I was planning to do today, tomorrow, instead of like getting all upset about it, which is something I do sometimes, which just isn't good by any means. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to be leaving in just a couple of minutes. So I might give you an update when I get home, or maybe I will just update you tomorrow, depending on like how long everything is, how long I'm there. But yeah, that is the update on today. So I guess I will see you in just a second. All right, so it is now the next day and I am back at home, obviously. Last night was super fun. I really enjoyed the movie. It was called The Cat Returns. It's an anime. It was also a shorter movie, so I wasn't out super late either. And when I got home, I actually, instead of jumping into chores super late at night, I decided that I wanted to finish a book that I've been reading for quite a while now, or at least it feels like I've been reading it for a while. The book Unloved by Peyton Corrine. I just finished it last night and I haven't actually rated it anything on Goodreads. I have no idea what I'm gonna write for the review. But I really liked it and I really liked how it ended. And I think I actually liked it more than the first one in this series. So I'll probably rate it a little bit higher. But the next book that I am going to read is The Housemaid's Secret. It is the second book in the Housemaids series. And I actually already have the third one as well because I'm anticipating wanting to jump right into the next book after I finish this one. But I am not going to be reading right now because I need to do my chores. I need to do things around the house, cleaning, putting away clothes, because I've been putting it off for far too long. So I am going to be doing that. I was contemplating kind of recording as I go. I have done a video like that in the past where I like record myself cleaning and it kind of keeps me accountable. But because it is currently past 8:30, actually closer to 8:40, I am kind of on a time crunch and now I'm just rambling. So instead of me continuing to explain myself and go over every single little thing that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of hours, I'm just gonna go do it. I am also really hoping to finish my chores well before I have to leave the house because I really want to watch the first episode of the new Love Island season because I'm obsessed with Love Island and it is like the epitome of summer for me. So I'm just so excited. I only really got into it last year, like I think everyone else in the world. And I just want to keep up with it instead of last season where I had to kind of binge everything to get caught up. I want to kind of stay on the ball, if you will. But yeah, so again, just rambling at this point and I need to get to work. So I will see you in hopefully at most an hour. So it is now almost exactly an hour later. It is 9:46 right now, and I am officially done with all of my chores and everything that I need to do around the house. Like I said, it took about an hour, though I did take a quick intermission because the playlist I was listening to, my For the Sunshine Girls playlist, has a bunch of Taylor's version songs on the playlist because obviously listening to Taylor's version, but since Taylor has bought back all of her masters, I did take a quick intermission to kind of go through and remove all the Taylor's versions and put back the originals. I'm just so happy for her, and honestly, I didn't even really realize how much I missed the original versions of some songs until I hear them again. But like I said, I am done. So now I am going to watch the first episode of Love Island USA season 7, I believe. Super excited, kind of scared. I think I've already seen a couple of spoilers, though they're not really like spoilers for the episode itself. It's more so like backstory on some of the people that are in the villa. And then if I finish that before I leave, I am probably going to jump into the housemaid's secret because I am very excited to continue / finish this series. It's just so intriguing to me. But that is probably all you'll see of me today. Tomorrow I do have a bit more stuff planned, so you'll probably get a lot more clips from then. But I guess I will see you then. All right, so it is now the next day. I am currently driving on my way to go pick up my friend Ethan. It is going to be our first time hanging out in like a hot minute because he's been away at college, so he hasn't been in town recently. But he's back for a couple of days and we are going to go get some coffee, maybe do some shopping, maybe just hang out and talk. The specific plans are kind of still up in the air, but I will not be able to hang out with him for too long because I do have other plans with Rachel tonight. We are going to a hot yoga class, which I'm a little nervous for, not because of the yoga, but because of the hot part. I hate sweating. Hate it so much. I like really do not enjoy sweating, especially on purpose. But I have been wanting to try new things and I do like yoga. I know that. So I thought, you know what? Why not? I'm doing it with a friend. I'm doing it with someone that I know also likes yoga. So I'll just try it out. And if I hate it, then I don't have to go back. But if I love it, maybe it can become like a regular thing. But it's been a pretty chill day today. It's been raining like very lightly for the entire day. Very calm and nice outside, and not a lot has happened. I've kind of just been hanging out in my room, just relaxing, which has been kind of nice. But yeah, I guess I will see you in a little bit because I actually might do an update in between my hangout with Ethan and my yoga class with Rachel. I might, but I guess I will see you later. All right, so it is now a little over 2 hours later. I am back home. I hung out with Ethan for a little while. We went to get some coffee and then we went thrifting for a little bit, which was super fun. I still have a couple of hours until the yoga class, but my outfit isn't admittedly super comfortable, so I'm thinking I want to just go ahead and change into the outfit that I'm gonna wear tonight now and not have to worry about it later. So I am gonna do that really quick. All right, and here is the outfit. It's not really anything insane. Like, I'm just wearing athletic wear. I've got these cute little leggings that kind of have not like holes, but like just netted parts in them, which I think will be really nice since the yoga session is supposed to be like heated. I'm also wearing just a gray tank top, and it's really only because I want to be wearing some kind of shirt in case I want to be wearing a shirt, but I will probably end up taking it off and just wearing my sports bra that I have underneath, which is just like a white sports bra. And then this hoodie I am currently wearing and I will probably wear after the yoga class. Obviously it'll be way too hot to be wearing it during, but I get very cold very easily. So once I'm out of that warmer environment, I will probably want something to cover up with over a tank top. I'm also gonna just be wearing a pair of black and white sneakers. Nothing insane. If I remember anything about yoga, I will probably end up taking off the sneakers and just wearing socks or maybe going barefoot. Don't really know. I guess we'll kind of have to decide when we get there. But I will probably be heading out in about an hour now. But yeah, I guess I will see you then. All right, so it is officially after the yoga class, and honestly, it was really good. It was not nearly as hot as I was expecting it to be, which was kind of nice because, again, I get a little overstimulated when there's a lot of heat involved. But yeah, it was really nice. I cannot honestly give my opinion on if I will be going back. It's nothing against this specific studio or the instructor. There was just something that wasn't quite sitting right with me Maybe I was just really tense because it was my first class. Maybe it was something like vibe-wise, but something felt a little odd. Something felt a little off. And again, I have no idea if that was like an inward projection, or if it was actually something that was like trying to tell me that maybe this isn't the right fit for me. But I did have a good time. It was nice. But again, it's kind of still up in the air about whether I would actually want to go back and do another class. I'll have to think about it, maybe sleep on it. I am now on the way to Rachel's house for us to have our little movie night. We're actually finishing up the first season of You because we've been binging that lately. So I don't think we'll actually be watching a movie tonight, but very excited for that as well because the like season or the series finale came out pretty recently. We're trying to catch up, though it's a slow process, but you know, it is what it is. I think I'm done vlogging for the day. I will see you tomorrow. All right, so it is now the next day, and I think this might end up being the last day that I vlog for this video, but I am about to head out to meet up with a friend at Barnes & Noble. We've kind of made this a regular thing where we go at least like once a week, or we try to, and I'm really loving it. We just go and hang out and read. We'll get something from the cafe usually, just wander around, talk about books we like, whatever. But yeah, I'm about to head out for that. If I sound a little off, it's because I'm like not honestly feeling super great. I don't know exactly what's going on. I just feel drainage-y, if that makes sense. And if that doesn't make sense, you're very lucky. But I've been trying to take some medicine, or like find some medicine that's been like, that could work to help out with what's going on with my body, but it's not been great. It's not been helping a lot, honestly, and it doesn't feel good. I'll tell you that. It does not feel good. But I did take some medicine already today, so hopefully it'll be kicking in soon. It's been another pretty relaxed morning. I didn't have work today. I went and got some gas this morning, and that is quite literally all I've done for the entire morning, other than sitting around and watching YouTube. My dog is itching himself right now. So that's what that sound was, in case you were wondering. But yeah, I'm gonna head out now, meet her at Barnes & Noble, and there he goes. He's just so cute. He is. I love him so much. Right, Samson? Okay, anyways, I'm actually gonna head out now because my friend is currently on the way and she will probably beat me there. But I guess I will give you a bit of an update later. All right, so it is now several hours later. I think it's actually been 5 hours since I talked to you last. And I am now back home after hanging out with my friend for a very long time. My social battery is so drained right now, which honestly really sucks because I was towards the end of hanging out with one friend trying to make plans with a couple of other friends who one of them is only in town for a couple of days and the other one is just super busy with her job and her internship. But I am just so not in the mood to go out anymore. Like, I just want to lay down and like rest for the rest of the day. So I unfortunately did end up canceling plans with them, which I feel really bad for. That is going to be all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this week-long vlog. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!